Okay, we should be on now. This was actually kind of a spur-of-the-moment deal because someone in my group chat was all, I don't know how to do this, and I was like, well, I know how to do it, but I'm not sure I can explain with words. So, we're just gonna import the... Hello! Hello! We're just gonna import the VSQx real quick and get started. As soon as I fix... So... hang on. Nice! Okay, just gotta... The main reason I put up the Be Right Back card is because I don't want you to see, the name that my computer is under. I'll be... Where... Right. So we're just gonna open that. Okay, no. Again, sorry for any quick glimpses into the void that you may witness. I can't... I forgot you can see everything on my screen. This is going to throw me off quite a bit. Forgive me if I get obviously distracted. But yeah, you can hit this button to... Not that button. This button jumps you to the first note. Zoom in, set quantize to 15 ticks. Another thing you want to do when you're editing VSQs is to, you go to select the whole thing with Control-A, edit, remove rests, and hit OK. And that'll get rid of any derpy little notes that were in between your notes. So then we're gonna open... So the key to this is to take it in small chunks. Usually I only... Right. You also want to make sure that after you're importing a VSQ, you want to make sure you set the modulation to 0. And you can either turn on the pitch parameters like so, or what I probably will do is since this is just a demo, and I probably won't actually tune the whole thing unless they ask me to, I mean, that's fine. Nice. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's insane. I am so sorry. But at least you're popular enough that the spam bots are catching on. I will probably end up using, just for this demo, I'm gonna use Auto Pitch Writer. Because basically what Auto Pitch Writer is it puts in the basic vibrato and some basic tuning for you to get started with. So we're just gonna take this little section here. I'm gonna, real quick, just make sure they got it. Hang on. Hang on. Right. Okay, so we're just gonna select this little chunk here. I use the Arrow plugin to put in lyrics because it's so fast. It's so much faster. Because, like, you can just go down the row instead of having to double-click every little note individually. I'm gesturing at the webcam, even though it's broken and you can't see my face. So this is... I didn't load the voice bank. Okay, so before you do anything, you should go into here and find the voice bank that you want to use. She is somewhere. Someday, this is always the part of, like, making a UST that takes me the longest because I'm very stupid and I don't understand everything about how the alphabet works. Oh, it's right there. Okay. I thought I moved it to the other folder, but I guess I didn't. Okay. So... And then, you know, pick your resamplers. I'm just gonna stick with more sampler for now. Voice bank set plugins. Best things I could think of. There we go. And then we enter in our lyrics. Why is it marking rests in... That's not supposed to happen. Did I... Hang on. Hang on. I don't know if I did the right thing, because the picture is not here, and neither is the read. Oh no. I know I have her English. Come on. Yeah, it's oh geez. Well, this is not going well. Hang on. Where the hell did I put... Where the hell did I put Aiko's voice bank? Why isn't it... Hang on. Where the hell did I put Aiko's voice bank? Okay, hang on. I don't think it has auto install. I think I just have to drop it into the folder, but it really ought to be there. I haven't used... Just a disclaimer, I have not used Aiko or the classic CVVC English for quite some time, so I'm a little rusty. But I use VCCV on a daily basis, and it's not that different. Hang on. I gotta re-extract Aiko's bank into the place that it was supposed to be in the first place. This could take a while, actually. So how are you people today? I'm re-extracting Aiko's English bank because apparently it wasn't in the right place, or Utao didn't know where it was. I don't know what was up with that. I don't know what was up with that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to click on. Oh no. Calm down. Yeah, it's... I'm also gonna, while I'm at it, I'm gonna close Utao to make sure that after it's finished extracting, it goes into the right place. And then I will reopen Utao, reload the VSQx, and basically start from the beginning since, I was not as prepared as I thought I was. I was like, yeah, I have Aiko's English bank. I could totally just do this right now. And apparently, Utao had other plans. But it's almost there. Oh wait, shit! I almost closed OBS. I did not mean to do that. It should be fine. Let me just open UTAU again and start all over. Where is... What? First, I'm gonna make sure that I can pull up this voice bank. And then we will see. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna manually navigate to the voice bank because this is taking way too... Nice! Nice! That's awesome. And you know, it's all uphill from there, man. Just keep at it. Hopefully, I will remember how computers work within a timely fashion. Okay! There we go. Hello, boyfriend. You have arrived, and I have finally gotten started for real after realizing that UTAU didn't want to read that my bank existed for some reason. Either that, or I just couldn't find. That was it. That was it. I'm just bad. Right, so I'm going to now, we're gonna open our plugin that lets us import VSQx's. We're gonna import the VSQx. Just a quick note on this plugin, if you're using it to import Vocaloid files, you're going to need to, if you're using it to import a Vocaloid file with multiple tracks, you are going to need to separate each track manually. And you can do that because it puts a tempo marker at every track, at the beginning of every track. So you just look for the tempo marker and then you've got it. And then the other thing, right after you import a Vocaloid file, is the best thing to do is just to hit Edit, remove rests, 20 or 30 you'll be fine, and then that'll get rid of all those awkward little baby notes that are sprinkled throughout your UST. Okay, so starting for real now, we're gonna take this little section here, we're gonna select it, we're gonna open our plugin. I use the Eero plugin for everything, it's so fast. If you need the link to this plugin, hit me up. I guess I could drop it in the description real quick, but that might take away from the stream. So now we enter in our phonetics, and you'll notice that it turns white if that exists. So if I type in something like that doesn't exist in the... Thanks, dude. No problem. I've been doing this for over 2 years. I don't want to think about how long I've been doing this. So, like, if I type in something that doesn't exist, or you'll notice that the words here are in red, and that's because that does not exist in the Odo. which is also really useful. So you can enter in so like if you enter in a phoneme and it turns red, you're like, oh, I don't have that. I have to... Wait, yeah, okay. I have to... And if you're wondering how I know what phonemes to use, it's because I've been doing this for 2 years. Like, literally, I know the phonemes like the back of my hand. If you need a chart, just hit me up and I can link it real quick. Because I made one. Now, another thing that can be helpful to you... Well, it's important to note for things like this where, like, the consonant envelope is huge. You can go into property and set that lower. With VCCV, you actually have to set each note's consonant velocity relative to the note length, and that's something that you don't really have to do with other systems. It's kind of nice, but, yeah, consonant velocity. And the easiest way to set consonant velocity is with this plugin here, which is linked in CZ's tutorials, which are in a playlist on my channel. Right, so now that we have this is a VV, so we don't need to touch it. I'm going to now put the auto pitch writer pitch bends in so it doesn't sound like complete shit. And then set the modulation on the whole thing to 0, because when you first import it from a VSQx, it will not be set to 0. You can press Z on your keyboard, and it'll show you what all the modulation and properties for all the notes are. Actually, that doesn't look quite right, does it? Well, it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, and then we go to make sure quantize is set to 15 ticks. You can set it to 10, or don't set it to none. That will screw up your UST like nobody's business. So then to put in a VC, you just kind of drag. And this is oh, maybe not. Okay. And then since we want this one, I want this to be smaller. So we're gonna drag another note here for that transition. Gonna put a natural ending at the end here. And then I'll do this line. Oh, jeez. CVVC only has one type of VC, and it's just the straight VCs, so if you see me doing weird things with the VCs, it's because I'm used to VCCV, which has multiple types of VCs, and, they all do a different job. So what we're gonna do now is select everything again, because you'll notice that as we add notes here that it says mod dash. That means mod 100, and you do not want that. Basically, the modulation controls how hard Utao auto-tunes the notes. If you don't know how to tune with it, set it to 0 and leave it at that. Just take my word for it. And if you do know how to tune with it, then I don't need to say anything. So then we hit P2, P3. Because that would sound terrible. let me show you what mod 100 sounds like. Just real quick. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
You and me.
Like, you know how it sounds like she doesn't know how to hold a pitch? It's because you set the modulation too high, and so effectively she doesn't know how to hold a pitch. If we set to mod 100, that snaps it onto the pitch exactly, and we don't have to worry about it.
You and me. We're peas in a pod.
Yeah, piece of cake. Except I kind of want to make this a little smaller. With VCCV, the note lengths are pretty much handed to you. With the you just make the rest the length of that envelope on the CV, and you're good. That's all you need. With CVVC, it's not as clear cut.
We're peas in a pod.
I'm gonna make that a little shorter as well. Oops. Yeah, you'll learn to listen for it after a while.
We're peas in a pod.
There we go. This one probably needs to be a little smaller, though, doesn't it? Because that Z is kind of hitting everything.
We're peas in a pod.
There we go. It's better. Oh, another thing to note about converting VSQx's is that Vocaloid uses these notes, these little dashes, to carry the same syllable over multiple notes. You can just use Control-U on your keyboard to merge the selected notes, and that'll take care of that. Okay. So we just do the same thing again. That's pretty much... I don't know if they're actually... The person that requested this, I don't know if they're actually going to show up in the chat, but I hope they are watching and I hope they can learn effectively. The other thing... Okay, so another thing to talk about here is that English uses L as a vowel sometimes. So, like, when we say inseparable, the only vowel there is the ul. But a lot of English banks don't include that vowel for some reason. So, we're going to... Especially CVVC, since it was... I believe this rec list was written by CZ, and it was way before VCCV ever happened. So, we're... Is there no schwa? That's a rip. Let's use this one. Is there no schwa? That's a rip. I'm starting to learn to use the schwa effectively, even though I don't actually really understand what is up with the schwa. But, yeah, so then we just do the same thing again. It's important to note that you need to use vowel endings, especially for diphthongs. So, like, here for E, it doesn't matter as much, but if we were using... So, what I'm gonna try to do... So, I'm guessing that this will sound pretty much like how I want it to sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, if I play these two together...
Oh.
It sounds bad because of modulation and envelopes, but... Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the consonant velocity on this to, like, ooh, smaller than that. Okay, so the smaller you set the consonant velocity, the longer the consonant portion of this note here lasts. And that's Odo stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it would take like 5 hours for me to explain. I'm really bad at, like... Okay, so I'm just gonna manually control the length of this. Oh, damn. I keep doing that! Set the modulation back to 0, and then we're gonna hit P2, P3, and play again.
We're inseparable.
Okay, so that S is actually a little too short, so I'm just gonna... Oh, what? You get fudge? I want fudge! And then we'll try P2, P3. Well, here. There we go.
We're inseparable.
I forgot about this little part here, but we've done this already. We know what this sounds like. I want to, but that's not how that works.
You and me.
Yeah, we know how that works. And if you wanted to... Like, again, this isn't really a set-in-stone method. VCCV has set-in-stone methods.
We're in separable.
Yes, I am in Michigan. It is 10:17 here. Yeah. I figured you were talking about America. And then another nice thing. Okay. One thing I'm happy that Ico does have is the flap, kind of. It's not as fully integrated as it is in VCCV, but it is here. You use a little apostrophe before the note. These do not have VCs. I think you can do it with W too. So we can see how does that sound? Because W's and Y's can be a little weird.
Away.
And of course, with how VCs are set up in this system, it's not practical to have WVCs. Let's see, can we hear the T on this? Because I don't really want to hear the T on this.
But then
Perfect. I keep adding the space in there, because that's how you do it in VCCV. You put the space in there, and then it transitions really nicely. This one's gonna need to be longer, methinks, because I actually do kind of want to hear the K. And these don't get VCs. Just a second. Okay, never mind. It wasn't that important. And then, so A is the diphthong. You absolutely have to use the N vowel here. Or you have to. Or it will not sound good. Set the modulation to 0, P2, P3.
but then you took that away.
Hey! Yeah. Let me see if...
But then you took that away.
Yeah, that sounded alright, but I can't... What is going on here?
That.
Oh. FRQ issue. So if you're using more sampler, and it makes that little weird blippy noise at the end, use the FRQ editor plugin. It should default to whatever you are using, but it may not, in which case you go to option, and you find the resampler that you are using, and you click OK. And then you see how there's this gap here? There shouldn't be. The easiest way to fix this is to go to Tool, check frequency maps, you enter the pitch of the bank. It gets a little complicated. And then you just hit modify all. It gets a little complicated if you are using a multi-pitch bank. But like, as you can see here, it fixes that little gap, and then you just hit save all, and there you go.
That.
No more nasty demon glitch.
But then you took that away.
Also gonna try and get a little, because there's a bit of a thing going on. I'm just gonna real quick try to.
But then you took that away.
Perfect. Here we will plug in input phonemes. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Gleaming Sapphires is the one I'm editing the UST for. I think? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, see ya. Well, you know, have you heard my music? I hate to be that guy, but like, have you heard my music? You heard my music? Because I hate it. Like, my originals are terrible, and I hate them. Mostly. Like, I would say about, like, 80% of my originals are terrible, and the other 20% are, like, tolerable. Oh, no, I definitely want to use the flap there. Since they are terrible. There's a playlist on my channel if you want. I'm completely useless when it comes to composing. Why did I do that? Every once in a while, I'm like typing and my brain is like, I should use real words instead of phonemes. Or the opposite, which is really annoying when I'm in a conversation and like suddenly I start typing in frickin' English phonemes and... Okay, and then we're just gonna... Right. Yeah! I mix everything in Audacity. You may not have noticed, but it is the truth. Right. So this is where we're gonna have to use the... Just a quick combination maneuver here and see if that works.
No,
That'll work better when I do the envelopes, but it'll work. Do you want me to tune this, or, like, do you want to tune it? It's like, I can tune it if you want, like, for real. I kind of just slapped, auto pitch writer on it real quick so it wouldn't sound like complete shit for the demo, but, like, I can tune this. It's not... Set the modulation to 0. Seriously, don't forget to set the modulation to 0. It's like the most important thing. If you take nothing else from this stream, set the modulation to 0. Okay, I gotcha.
and I didn't know what to do. No,
Yeah, that sounds fine.
what to do.
Babe, I swear to God. Oh my gosh, my brother and his wife, before they were even... When they were dating, before they were married... Oh, I want fudge so bad.
What to do.
Whenever the other one would say something that was, like, mildly annoying, the other one would be like, I will literally divorce you. That's my boyfriend. He doesn't know anything about it now, except for what little he has absorbed from my special interest rants.
But then you took that away, and I didn't know what to do.
I feel you with Mod 23. Like, if you know how to tune with modulation, go for it, dude. But if you don't know how to tune with modulation and you don't know what modulation does, all you need to know is set it to 0 until you're ready to learn. Mod tuning is a little more advanced. Yeah, it's that... There's like a little glottal stop there that I don't like. Let me try to edit that out of the envelope. Much better.
What to do.
That's way better.
that away, and I didn't know what to do.
Okay, that's done. Yeah, no problem, my dude. Sometimes I forget that not everyone has used English for 2 years. Seriously, I've been using Utah for 2 years, and this bank was the third bank I downloaded. Because the first bank was Tato, and the second bank was Emily, and the third bank was Aiko. And they were all in English, because I was a determined little bastard. Why did I start with English? That was a terrible idea. English is terrible. Don't start with English. I should save this. Not here. I should save it in the place. What's this called? Where did I... Oh. There it is. Perfect. But at the same time, yeah, no, most people don't. Most people are afraid to touch it, but, like, I don't think it's that complicated, but again, I probably don't think it's that complicated because I've been using it for 2 years. There we go. That's saved. I'm just gonna real quick. I use Utah English for everything. You can't stop me from using Utah English. By the way, Sapphire, if you need these plugins that I am using, just hit me up. I'll link you. I keep the links to everything I use because I know somebody's going to come up and be like, yo, what's that plugin? That's not the one I wanted. That's the one for Tato. Why is my life like this? Because, okay, let me hear me out. The bank you recorded, babe, was a CVVC bank. It had like 30 recordings. The smallest English bank possible is probably an R-pacing bank with about 200 recordings. I never want to use... and I refuse to auto R-pacing ever again, unless God himself comes down from the heaven and commands it. I hate R-pacing. I hate it so fucking much. It's yeah, no, for real. I don't use the Tato English helper. I used it a little bit when I first got Tato, because I didn't know what any of the phonemes were, and the only CVVC tutorial I could find was the one for Aiko that you brought up. So much. Like, I'm sorry, if you can have 100... like, for real, like, I know VCCV has, like, 3 different VCs, but they all do different things, and they're all differentiated. R-pacing has 200 copies of just, and it serves no purpose, but we can't even get the one CV that I need in this time. No, I know, and the auto is hell, and I never want to, yeah, that's the other thing. You have to make your own R-pacing list, because the default R-pacing list is disgusting. It's the worst rec list I've ever laid eyes on. Well, not the worst. I've seen worse. But, like, that's the thing. R-pacing is only good if you put in all of the effort necessary to basically remake it from the ground up. And that's stupid. And that's stupid. Like, Yeah, I forgot CVVC has CCVs. In VCCV, you kind of have to compensate, but it's only good. Like, that's the thing about VCCV. CZ already did all of the work. All you have to do is follow directions. And then it's done. Follow directions. Like, art pacing, you basically have to make it from the ground up if it's even going to be remotely decent. And that's just, I hate that. I hate that as a concept. I also hate more samplers bass auto. Because autoing art pacing is probably the worst thing I've ever had to do. Because that bass auto is a mess. And there's no other way to get a bass auto, because all the file names are frickin' numbers. Yeah! Nice! Nice. Give me that gay shit. I need all of it. I have a DM, but I will not check it on stream. I will check that DM after the stream. I forgot what that lyric was. Haven't even tried? Couldn't even try again. That's what I'm thinking. Help me out here. But if you don't know the lyrics to your own song, that's fine, because neither do I. Yeah! I've seen those lists. Those are the only good art pacing lists. Conrad's lists suck. I mean, they really suck. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've been getting some ridiculous clickbait in my recommended. I don't know what that is, but I apologize. I apologize for YouTube's algorithms. This needs vibrato. I know you said you wanted to tune, but I'm doing a little temporary tuning anyways, because sometimes listening to it untuned is just painful on longer notes. Don't do that. This isn't VCCV. Yeah! Yeah, just double... I did it! I did the thing! God damn it! I did the... Ugh. But yeah, you're... Trust me, you wouldn't be the only person to not remember the lyrics to their own song, because I never remember the lyrics to my own songs. I write them out ahead of time, and I'm like constantly referencing them during the UST making, like, what was that line again? Even though I wrote the song. Let's just hit that P2, P3.
You and me couldn't even try again.
Okay, so you kind of heard that, right? Rip. Yeah, so you kind of heard it stutter a bit here. And that's because this is too long. So you make that short.
You've been trying.
Still happening. We might have to go without a transition here if it's gonna be this big. If it's gonna be like this. That's much better. What was I thinking? I was thinking I don't have the flap, so I can't use the flap, but like, I swear by the flap. Give me all that English flap. Like in VCCV, it's fully integrated with every vowel having VC and CVV and CV transitions, and it's all nice, and I love it. I didn't like it much at first. Like when I first kind of started in The flap is gone. When I first started in getting into Vocaloid and stuff, like, I listened to Biohazard, and I was like, wow, the vocals are really clear and understandable. It's too bad she sounds like she's singing out her nose completely. Yeah, like, I tend to not like nasally voices, but I don't know, Aiko kind of grew on me, I guess, is what I'm saying.
You and me couldn't even try again.
And then the LLSMs. You can just...
Yeah.
This is also the type of voice that More Sampler hates the most, because, like, it just refuses to render the LLSMs correctly. Like, just... Why? Oh, hang on, I forgot to save. Lol. How do I... There we go. Yeah. It's true. Like, she's definitely more suited to... I definitely think she's more suited to English than Japanese. I don't think I've heard any demos of her VCCV, but, like, I'm ready. Like, just the concept.
You and me couldn't even try again.
Well, it's because Aiko's CVVC rec list is a precursor to VCCV. I'm pretty sure CZ wrote this rec list. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, definitely. Definitely. You need Iro. Like, you need Iro.
You and me couldn't even try again.
Like, I literally swear by Iro. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Maybe YouTube's really funny about links. YouTube's really funny about links. I think that works the same way as in... How did these work? I forgot. That's what I thought! Good. Yeah. Let me know. Remind me after the stream, and I will send you the links to every plugin I've ever owned. That would be awesome. You know what? Link it on Discord, and I'll find it after the stream, because that sounds awesome. I also like Aiko's Ballad Soft banks. Is mine unlocked that on? Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember, because I haven't actually used this bank in probably over a year. Oh, yeesh. What is up with these pitch bends? That'll sound nicer when you tune it properly. I kind of just ran it through Auto Pitch Writer and let it do its thing. That'll sound nicer when you tune it properly. I'm just kind of blowing through this with the Auto Pitch Writer tuning. I said that already, but you know, it never hurts to have a reminder. I'm sure. Yeah, like it's... Like, that's the thing. People say that VCCV is just CVVC, and I'm like, no, it's odoed completely differently. Than the older English CVVC was odoed. Like, it's... The difference is in the odo, my dude, and it's a big difference. Oh, dude, Sapphire, do you have... Well, more complicated. I wouldn't... Honestly, I think VCCV is easier. Just because, like, all of the different... Like, sure, there's, like, a billion different, like... there's, like, a billion different types of aliases, but they all do their own job, and they're all distinguished from each other, and once you learn how that works... Yeah, when you learn it, it's... Once you learn what all the once you learn what all the aliases do, it's a piece of cake. Not to mention, the timing is easier, because, like, it's always... With VCCV, it is always the length of this envelope here. Always. Always, always, always with everything. And with CVVC, that is not the case. I mean, you can still kind of use the envelope as a guide, but it won't work 100% of the time like it does with a well-odoed VCCV bank. If your VCCV bank does not work when you do that, it's odoed wrong. That's just the fact. That's just the bottom line. Like, that's the thing about VCCV, is once you understand the system, there is zero guesswork involved. And then it just kind of gets tedious and a little bit boring, but not hard. Not hard in the slightest. At least for me, in my experience. Other people are not the same, and I'm learning to accept that.
You and me, oh, you and me.
Yeah. Wait a minute. That'll sound better. Nice. I feel you, though. YouTube is being a total dick lately, in multiple respects.
You and me, oh, you and me.
Perfect. Note to set, just another quick tip: if you don't have a blending note to a Y, E and Y are basically the same, or at the very least, they're close enough.
You and me, oh, you and me.
You can do that with ooh and the W sound too. Also, like, if something sounds off or, like, you want me to fix something, just let me know, man. It's your song. So, like, I'm gonna do the exact same thing with W here. And the ooh phoneme. I think I also had just a bit of an advantage going into VCCV because I was already so used to the CVVC phonemes, and they're basically... Don't put yourself down, man. Don't put yourself down, man. Anyone can learn. Anyone can learn. It just takes practice. But yeah, like, if you're familiar with the CVVC phonemes, the VCCV phonemes are basically identical, so that's half the battle, really, is just learning the phonemes. You learn the phonemes and then all you gotta do is learn the mechanics. I mean, that's the two parts of using an English bank. Phonemes and mechanics. And by mechanics, I mean, like, what specific aliases function in what way.
Sometimes I wonder what would happen.
You would get VCCV. That's what VCCV is. You would get me.
Sometimes I wonder what would happen.
This needs to be shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so you would get VCCV, but bigger. I mean, the CCVs and the VCCs are split for a reason.
Sometimes I wonder what would happen.
That's not too bad. But yeah, no, don't underestimate your ability to to learn, because, like, just trust me, if you practice enough, eventually you'll be able to, like, see into the matrix.
We stay.
And you'll just kind of know how long that note should be. I can't explain it in any other fashion. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna actually make this... I'm gonna put a little rest here, because otherwise this T is probably gonna stutter, isn't it?
True.
Oh, that worked actually pretty well. Okay, nice. Welcome back, babe.
We stay true.
Honestly, I almost think that's a little too long.
Stay true.
Also, CCVs are just the most annoying, because you notice when I play that you could barely hear the S at all? That's why they're annoying. I think somebody tried that. Somebody tried that.
If we stay true.
That was stayed, not stay. Rip. But I think it'll work fine if I just switch the phoneme. Yeah.
If we stay true.
Perfect. Except this is too short. You can't hear the F.
If we stay true.
Perfect. Okay, actually, okay, hang on. How is this odoed? That's what I thought. Okay, so you see, since the preutterance is here, instead of, like, including some of the consonant, because it would have to be if you wanted to use this as a transition in any form.
If we stay true.
Like, that's the thing that I like about, I think is the most innovative about, VCCV is that it has 3 different kinds of VCs. The one that transitions between 2 CV notes, and one that ends vowels with the one that ends with the consonant inside the pre-utterance. So you can use it in the middle of a line without messing around with the note length, and you can still hear it just fine. And then one that ends with the pre-utterance after the vowel, like what we just saw. Which is nice for blending into CCs. That's actually how you're supposed to make VCCs in VCCV, is to use a VC dash and then the CC. And it's also useful for ending lines in a looser consonant, or if you want the T to not be as audible in the middle of a line. Like, you can, if you know how VCCV works, it's super simple to make it sound really good. It's just that most people don't bother to try and learn it. At least in my experience. Yeah! I don't blame you, babe. I don't blame you, because, like, I talk about it too, and it just whiffs over your head, and then you're like, you're doing a great job, babe! Yeah. It's okay. It's alright. I can't edit USTs with music on. I've tried, it just doesn't work. I apologize for how... Oh! RIP! I apologize if the stream sounds really quiet and uncomfortable at times. Okay, just gonna... There we go, P2, P3. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it sounded really good. But yeah, that's the basic process, the basic principle here. Input the phonemes on the CVs, and then you input the VCs, and then you hit P2, P3 and set the modulation, and then you're good. I don't think that's a thing. It's not. Okay. That's what I thought. Oh! Oh, it's missing that phoneme. Okay. So now we have to figure out what to do here. Oh. I think what we're gonna do is just leave... We're just gonna have the S and just leave the T off, because I think it'll sound fine.
just could.
It'll sound fine if I make it larger.
Just could.
That's not too bad. It's missing the damn ST phoneme. Wait, maybe there's an SD phoneme. That would be close enough, right? Nope. Damn. This doesn't happen with VCCB. Or it rarely happens. Babe, don't do that. It rarely happens with VCCB. Now I've got Circus B's new song stuck in my head. The Chinese one, the I Am Here, that one was great. I'm gonna cover it eventually. I don't know with who or what, but have fun with Lego Batman, babe. It's a great one.
You and me just couldn't go our separate ways. Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, hang on. Yeah. It'll sound better with a different... This might sound a little southern drawly, but so do I.
Go our separate ways.
I could. That'd be kind of fun. His voice might be a little soft for it, though. He's kind of a softie.
You and me just couldn't go our separate ways. Oh, no, no, no.
These need to be quicker.
So, no, no, no.
Much better. Nice. Nice. I'm so used to VCCV doesn't have VV transitions for not diphthongs because the list is large enough on its own, and most of the time you can compensate with a consonant. So I'm just so used to blending with an R consonant, and here I am. Oh, come on. That's the other thing, my 3-key sticks. like it does this thing where, like, unless I press it with enough determination, it will not type. which is only annoying because I use Utao. If I didn't use Utao English, it would never bother me because I have no other reason to use the 3 key as often as I do. No. Oh, come on. No. No. There we go. No. There we go. I do think Aiko works with this song, though. I mean, I haven't heard the instrumental, but, like, she seems to work well enough with the vocal mammalam. I keep putting dashes in, because I'm used to VCCV, and this is not VCCV, and it's fucking me up. It's fucking me up.
Our separate ways, so our separate ways.
Oh. Oh. Ew. I think I'm just gonna... There we go.
Our separate ways, oh, our separate ways.
I'm gonna try that with better envelopes. Sounds...
Our separate ways, oh, our separate ways.
I don't know how I feel about that. I might just make the Z shorter.
Our separate ways, oh, our separate ways.
Not that short. Yeah. I think she'll do fine.
Our separate ways, oh, our separate ways.
No, that's too long.
Ways, oh.
That's just gonna have to do it, I guess. Oh. 3 key, stay with me. I also apologize if my keyboard is too clacky, because my microphone is just sort of hanging out here on the desk with my laptop. No. There we go. Oh, hang on. Never mind. I forgot you gotta use this thing. Yeah, go for it, man. Also, if you're worried about missing the beginning part of this stream, because the beginning part was a little more heavily tutorialized, but it will be archived on my channel. So, okay, you know what? That's fine. it will be archived on my channel, so don't... It'll be there. Although the beginning of this stream was kind of a train wreck. Because apparently Utah was... I couldn't find Aiko's bank in the bank list. I don't know what was wrong. But... So there was some issues with that, and then we started for real. But yeah.
Sometimes I wonder what would happen.
I noticed she gets really glottal stoppy on her hard consonants. That's kind of annoying.
Happen. Sometimes I wonder what would happen.
That'll probably be fine if I just crossfade it. But yeah, feel free to overwrite all the pitch bends and stuff. Most of it was just, Oh! I have version 1. If you have version 2, then it will look very different. I never bothered to get version 2. It just... I had version 1 before version 2 existed, and then... and then I just never bothered to get the update. I do that a lot.
If we stay true. If we stay true.
I think it does. I think it has, like, options for, like, X-Sampa and things like that. Like, I don't even know, man, but I've never had any issues with version 1, so... And I mean, version 1 still has a lot. The main things I use is obviously all of these buttons here, because they're just obviously useful. CVVC to CV is useful. Attach lyrics is nice for if you're using like a multi-append bank, because you can just add the suffix in here and hit OK and it'll just do it. Partially delete lyrics is also nice if you're using like a UST for a multi-pitch UTAU that has like all of those pitch suffixes and you don't want to get rid of them all at once. You can just type them in there and hit go and it'll do it. Half of these other things, I don't even know what they do, but... Half of these other things, I don't even know what they do, but... The main thing I use is just the replacement tool, because you can go down the line and just fill in phonemes and you don't even have to... Like, it's just so much faster than inputting them manually. No. Don't worry about it, man. This isn't... It's not... Don't worry about it. It's still your own thing. It's not like you blatantly took the instrumental or the lyrics from the other. It's still your song, dude. Don't feel sad. Yeah. And I mean, you can't steal a theme, dude. And if anyone gets on you about it being too similar, then I'll fight them in the back of Denny's. This is gonna be gross. That wasn't too bad, actually. The first one was gross, but that one came out better, I think. Okay, the other thing you need to note about this voice bank is that it will not let you combine a... unless it does. What am I thinking of then? I'm thinking of a different bank. Okay, well, the best way to do is to use 9 instead of A. Just trust me. Like, I know a lot of even, like, native English dialects don't really differentiate between 9 and A that much. But there is a distinction. Basically, 9 is a little more rounder, and it tends to happen naturally in front of L, for example. No.
We tried it all.
I know VCCV won't let you use AL as a VC.
We tried it all.
I'm gonna edit the envelope of that a little bit. There we go.
It all.
Yeah, that's better. I'm just, like, starting to learn how to use envelopes to make things sound better.
We tried it all.
Why? Why? I'm forgetting how typing works. I have a bad feeling about that, but hopefully it'll go smoother than I think it will. Oh, God. Was it nothing worked or nothing? Hang on. Worked. That's what I thought. Control Z and Control Shift Z are like the best things you'll ever get. Why? Why? Wait, T. Is it T? There we go. Perfect. It's T. It's not D. It's T. Worked. That makes sense.
Nothing worked.
Maybe a little longer there.
Thing worked.
Maybe I should use the regular W instead of the apostrophe W. How does that sound?
Thing worked.
Yeah, that's way better. Okay.
Thing worked.
Oh gosh. I just suddenly remembered that, like, I found an Echo cover. I think it was Aiko. Oh no. Okay. I was afraid because sometimes it does that subscript out of range thing forever, and you just have to close the UST and pray to God that Utao can recover it. I'm gonna save just real quick. I'm gonna save often. I say as someone who does not save often. I'm sure it's fine.
I thought we were meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought we were meant to be.
Is that? Yeah, that's more sampler. God damn it, more sampler. Yeah. But yeah, basically this stream started because Sapphire was popped into the group chat and they were all, how do you do this? And I was like, you do it. And I explained it extremely poorly.
Thought we.
Yeah, that fixed it. That fixed it a lot. Actually, oh no, that'll take forever. I don't want to do that right now. But I should probably run it for all the ones that the UST uses so far, right? Okay. Right, so you can open it with multiple notes selected, and it'll open all of these. It'll open all of them. Yeah! Yeah. So then we can run the check frequency maps tool, and just click modify all. That usually fixes most things. But what I'm really worried about here is the harder consonants doing the thing on the end of there. Yeah, this thing. The thing where more sampler is like, I'm gonna make a gross demon noise instead of the noise that you need. Yeah. I'm bad with that. Like, I'm bad with, like, talking to people in a way that is understandable. When it's something like this that I've just... like, I've spent 2 years on this. I have... What do doctors call it? Bedside manner? I have bad bedside manner. There was a P that had issues, wasn't there? Yeah. There we go. So I think the weird glottal stoppy noise might have been more sampler instead. Alright. I think that's about all we need. And then you just hit save all. Just gonna play the whole thing. Just gonna play the whole thing. Start to where we've gotten to. I don't know, man. This is 8.0 more sampler, if that has something to do with it. I stopped caring about more sampler updates after 8.0. And I guess my computer's just okay. Honestly, more sampler outside of resampler patcher is probably the fastest resampler there is. Like, without using resampler patcher to make FreeSamp usable. Because I can't say for TN Finds, though. I hear TN underscore FNDS. I call it TN Finds in my head. I don't know why. Don't ask questions. But, yeah, don't use FreeSamp without resampler patcher. It will take 500 years.
You and me were peas in a pod. You and me were inseparable. But then you took that away, and I didn't know what to do. You and me couldn't even try again. Ah, you and me, oh, you and me.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how good your computer is. There's gonna be a long-ass instrumental break here, and it's just gonna be silence. I always do that. I never pay attention to how long
Sometimes I wonder what would happen if we stayed true. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. You and me just couldn't go our separate ways. Oh, no, no, no. Our separate ways, oh, our separate ways. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if we stayed true. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh. Ah. We tried it all. Nothing worked. I thought we were meant to be.
Okay. I did notice one thing back here. Where was it? This one. Yep. No. More like... Oh. There we go. This one. Yeah, that's way better. Oh. I'm probably, like, almost done.
I guess not.
Little more on that S, please. Little more on that S.
I guess not.
There we go. This is a chorus part. Does this repeat? Yeah. Nice. There might be some inconsistencies toward the end, yeah. Yeah. But for the most part, what we can do is just, Wait, what? Right. Right! You and me couldn't even try. Right. Let me find... Oh, was that it? Nope. Can't... No. I'm getting a real bad case of fish brain. Where I just... forget it all. Forget everything I know. Oh, I see. Okay, so the melody repeats, but the lyrics don't. I was kind of hoping I could... whatever, we'll just do it again. See, if the chorus repeats exactly, you can pretty much just copy and paste. But... I don't trust my memory at this moment in time. Oh, wait. I already did that. RIP. I keep doing this. This is not how you CVVC. That is how you VCCB. They are not the same. Oh, wait. I remember that had, like, a really gross transition. Because I swear I've done this before, but I can't find where in the UST.
TV.
That sounds fine with just the CVs. No. Come on, man. Don't do me like this. The problem is numlock is right next to backspace, so I keep hitting it on accident. But I don't realize that I've done it, and so then I try to hit a number, and it just fucks everything up because the numlock's off.
You and me couldn't even try again.
Yeah, these are all pretty much the same lyric, right? Just gotta add the dash there.
Ah.
Okay, now this part I know I can grab from somewhere. I just gotta find it. I'm gonna spend more time looking for this than I am just putting it in again. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right now. Being lazy is nice, but not when it actually makes you work harder. Almost got it. Oh. Also, you probably noticed, because this is just capturing my desktop at the moment, so you probably noticed that, the towel window is not full screen because I've got the YouTube chat over here so I can see it. But the thing about that is I'm used to it being full screen, and it kind of throws me off.
You and me, oh, you and me.
Okay, that sounded fine. No. I keep doing it. I keep doing the VCCV thing, and it's not a VCCV UST. I'm sorry if I go quiet. I'm kind of getting tired, but also I'm mostly going into focus mode. But of course I realize that that means that the stream just goes dead silent for a while.
Sometimes I wonder what would happen.
Okay, come on. I didn't want to auto vibrato. Keep doing the thing that I don't want to do. Honestly, I don't use plugins for VCCV, I just do it by hand. Because I don't trust plugins to do it as good.
If we stay true.
Ugh. Oh, it's a gross pitch bend. That's a gross pitch bend. Bad auto pitch writer.
If we stay true.
There are... Okay, so CZ made a bunch of super in-depth video tutorials. They are all in a playlist on my channel. So, I highly recommend you watch those. Because they are very good. Like, everything you need to know about VCCV is in those tutorials. And then even if you just need, like, little things like... Yeah, do that. And even if you just... like, if you're just stuck on a word and you're like, how do you make... Just DM me on Discord anytime and be like, how do you make peas with VCCV? I'm like, I'll spit it out. I know this system like the back of my hand. Oh, nope, nope. There we go. Like, that's one thing that I will always prefer Utao over Vocaloid for, is just, like, you have complete control over everything. Like, whenever I use Vocaloid, it kind of feels like I'm fighting the program the whole time, but, like, with Utao, it's just like, yeah, I can bend this program to my will, no problem. Maybe it's because I started with Utao, I don't know.
We tried it all.
Ew. That T was awful. Let's try a P0 flag on that. Yeah, that's better. If your T's get too evil, try P0. That works with every resampler. If you're using more sampler, you can use the B flag. So, like, if I didn't want to do that, I could do, like, B minus 10. That did the opposite of what I wanted. Oh well. It works best with, like, S's and things, the B flag does. But P0 never flips. But P0 never usually works. It usually works. Did I seriously just do that? Wow. You can tell it's kind of getting late here. It's almost midnight. I mean, normally I'm up late, but, like, lately I've just been tired all the time. I hope I'm not coming down with the illness. But, yeah. P0 works with free stamp, so just, yep, don't worry about it. Free stamp is a great resampler. It's too bad it takes like 500 years to render without, what am I thinking? Resampler patcher. If you don't have resampler patcher, don't use free stamp because it will take so long. I am not allowed to come down with the illness, according to my boyfriend. Oh, jeez. I keep doing the thing. It's not how CVVC works. Yeah! Resampler patcher saved me from only using more sampler. Because, oh my god, free stamp takes 500 years to render. Without it. It takes so long. It's the slowest resampler I've ever used. Okay, good enough. And we're done. Well, we're not done, but we're pretty much done. This is the last line. Alright, and then I'm just gonna put... You want to put a little buffer zone for reverb when you're mixing. It doesn't work with more sampler, though. More sampler won't render a rest if there's nothing after it, which is dumb. But other resamplers will. And that's... I like to have a little silence buffer when I mix so that it doesn't... So that the reverb doesn't get cut off abruptly. But maybe that's just because I mix in Audacity. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole UST. I will see you on Discord to link you to all those plugins. And if anyone in the comments wants the plugins, just like put the... Like if somebody's watching this on archive and they're like, I want that plugin, just comment and I'll link the plugin. But yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you learned something. I hope that this was a helpful thing and not me poorly explaining and then forgetting what I was doing a lot. But, yeah, so that's done. I will see y'all on the flip side. Thanks for coming.